Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 fashion and beauty trends that will take over 2020. For this list, we're looking at all of the hottest looks that you should be trying this year. Number 10. Blue eye makeup.
I'm building up the blue again.
When you think of blue eye makeup, you might recall the pale 90s shades that just weren't flattering on anyone and which are remembered quite poorly. But makeup artist Kelsey Dinahan told Who What Wear that, quote, blue clearly will be on everyone's radar in 2020. What's old is new again, but this year you won't be wearing your mom's faded pastel blue. No, this time around the shade is electric, peacock, or royal blue, and is just the thing to make your look feel totally fresh and new. Number 9. A classic red lip.
Going to line my lips with Elizabeth Arden Beautiful Color Red Door Red.
We've seen a lot of lip trends in the 2000s, from extreme over-drawing to, of course, artificial enhancements. We've seen ultra matte lips and plenty of nude shades, but this year, we're going back to a classic look and recommending an old-school red. Yes, you have to be a bit daring to go for a bold color like this, but the key is finding a shade that suits you perfectly.
We're all looking for that perfect shade of red.
Do some trial and error to see if you prefer cool blue-toned reds or warm orange-toned reds, depending on your skin tone. Number 8. Tons of blush. If you're relatively new to makeup, one step you might be skipping is blush.
So this is the final blushed look.
This is a product that is frankly pretty easy to mess up, because if you go too heavy, you can end up looking like a clown. But blush can also work to make you appear more fresh and youthful, and add a healthy glow to your cheeks. While it may have been the forgotten sibling to eyeshadow and lipstick for years, it is back in a big way. Whether you want to try 80s draping techniques or a more classic application, do not be shy to go for it.
It's been called draping now, which is crazy because it's kind of, for me, it's just mid to late 70s style of blush.
Number 7. Utility jumpsuits. Utility fashion has been in for a few years now, and jumpsuits from casual to dress have been huge in recent seasons. But this year, the two trends have combined to create the most functional and comfortable look of all, the boiler room jumpsuit. Yeah, like the ones janitors wear. But bear with us. This item creates an easy one-item outfit that is both fashionable and practical. They were seen on the runway at Zimmermann, 3.1 Phillip Lim, and Jonathan Simkai. And even the employees at Glossier wear them, which you know means they're cool. Number 6. Subtle glow.
I love using this in my inner corners as my brow bone highlight, on my nose, like everywhere.
As of 2019, we had definitely reached peak highlight. In fact, we probably passed it long ago. For the last few years, no category of makeup exploded like this one, with people wanting their cheekbones to shine so bright that they could be seen from space. But we're coming down from those extreme viewpoints to a more natural look.
The more you work it in, the more shiny, the more wet it's gonna look, the less visible the base color is gonna look.
This year, aiming to look like you have a healthy glow from within look is much more on trend than having an unnatural sparkle to your entire face. Using cream or liquid products rather than powder will help you achieve this look.
So it'll be perfectly glossy in the areas you want it to be. It's actually amazing. It's like my favorite thing.
Number 5. Neon.
What's neon?
What?
Some trends manage to transcend both fashion and beauty. This is one of them. While we've been wearing neutrals on both our faces and bodies for years now, it's time for something with a little more pop. Neon shades have been seen everywhere, from the runways in Paris to the latest eyeshadow palette releases. While this trend may seem a bit intimidating, especially if you're over the age of, say, 25, there are subtle ways to incorporate it. Number 4. French fringe.
So, the fringe, there's actually a science behind it. Fringe, bangs, however you want to call it. Everybody is obsessed with it. It's the main French attire you could wear. You've got a fringe, you're basically French.
American women have envied French women from afar for centuries, and this time-honored tradition isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Everything the French do seems to be casual and effortless, and this hairstyle is no different. These bangs aren't structural or too fussy, but rather look lived in and laid back.
So before we do any tutorials, we need to cut your bangs.
Yeah, I kept it for you, look at this.
To get the French fringe effect, you can bring your hairstylist some photos of Jane Birkin or Jeanne Damas. Or if you're brave, you can even trim your existing bangs yourself, though we would definitely recommend watching some tutorials first.
I cut it myself. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Number 3. Yellow. Color trends come and go, and the latest one is both sunny and feels strikingly modern. We lived through several years of millennial pink being the go-to shade for anything fashionable, from home goods to fashion of every kind.
Mustard? Mustard, yes, but mustard? Don't let's be silly. Lemon, that's different.
Next in line, though, is what people are calling Gen Z yellow. But we have a feeling that all shades of yellow will be big in the next year, from pale butter yellows to more assertive mustards. While this is largely a fashion trend, you can also extend it to your beauty routine with a wash of yellow eyeshadow.
You can totally use a yellow eyeshadow. You don't have to go out and buy these things. If you already have a yellow eyeshadow, by all means, go for it.
Number 2, polka dots.
So polka dots were everywhere this spring-summer season. So we saw it on Carolina Herrera, we saw it on Prada, we saw it on Max Mara, we saw it on Celine, Dolce & Gabbana, the list goes on.
Something you'll notice about nearly all the big fashion trends for 2020 is that they share something in common, an element of fun. Maybe it's an antidote to the world around us, but we just can't get enough of the youthful and lighthearted look of something like polka dots. This pattern emerged as a frontrunner in 2019, but by 2020 it will be everywhere. Tiny polka dots are perhaps the most popular, and the easiest to incorporate into your wardrobe, but bigger styles work just as well to achieve an on-trend look.
You know, you don't have to pay attention to the size of the polka dots. So if this is bigger and this is a little bit smaller, don't be scared. Try it on, see if you like it. If you like it, wear it.
So have any of these trends surprised you? Are you very pro or very con any of them? I was already on board with polka dots, so good news there. Number 1 is actually more of a fashion philosophy than a straight-up trend. Let's look through some honorable mentions before we find out what it is. Number 1, conscious fashion and beauty. While everything else we've looked at today has been more of a straightforward trend, this is a little more broad, but we guarantee it will be the biggest thing this year. We predict that shoppers will be much more thoughtful about the products they buy, whether it comes to fashion or beauty.
Wait, what am I putting on my face? Oh my God.
In the beauty world, it'll be all about ingredients, ensuring there aren't any potentially harmful agents in the products we're buying.
I was like, it's mineral, like this looks pretty good. And then I noticed that it has bismuth oxychloride in it. And I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me?
In fashion, being eco-friendly will likely be the year's top trend, coupled with paring down one's wardrobe to minimize fast fashion.
I am a huge advocate for every little bit makes a difference.